So I see that people are slowly joining us. I think we can begin. Hello, everyone from in the Baltics. Today we have people from all three countries joining us. So my name is Artur Zalits, and I'm marketing lead for Latvia for Schneider Electric. Today we have also Martins, our webinar host, who is Secure Power sales lead in Baltics. And also we have joining us Mark Jasinski, who is three-phase UPS category manager at Schneider Electric, who will help us to answer maybe some more technical stuff and detail. And before we begin, you are welcome to write your questions in the chat, or either wait till the end and then you will have the opportunity to ask them through microphones. Yes, so I think that is it from my side. Mark, the stage is yours. Please begin.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to this webinar. As Artur's introduced me, I'm Martins. I'm responsible for the UPS solutions for the Baltic countries. On a daily basis, I help customers with the UPS selection and the solution. So today I'm happy to present this great offer from Schneider Electric. So Easy UPS three-phase modular unit from 50 to 250 kilowatts, three-phase. So to start the presentation, this new launch or this new Easy UPS modular is under our Easy UPS three range category or family, which we started around 4 years ago with the Easy UPS 3S products from 10 to 40 kilowatts, which became highly popular product in Baltics and in Europe. We also launched Easy UPS 3M, which is a for medium power ratings from 60 to 200 kilowatts version. And with Easy family, we also have this dedicated UPSs for emergency light and fire protection systems, which have EN 50171 compliant. Then around 2 years back, we launched the Easy UPS 3L versions from 250 to 600 kilowatts. So basically, with this Easy family, we can cover the power ratings from 10 up to actually 3 megawatts, because Easy UPS 3L we can parallel 5 in parallel, so we can reach up to 3 megawatts with this family. So now it's time to evolve and introduce some new offers, and it is this Easy UPS three-phase modular, which is the topic of today. It's a standalone unit. It is a three-phase in, three-phase out UPS. It's modular, scalable, and live swap features, about which I'm gonna explain more details a little bit later in the presentation. If you see this, there is this green label on the Easy UPS 3S, 3M, and modular units. It's a green premium label, and a bit later I will explain what does that mean and how is that beneficial for you as a customer. So Easy modular UPS, in terms of applications, this UPS can protect most of the applications we have in the market today, starting from the small and medium data centers, protect the public switches, transmission equipment, and on-premise equipment in the telecom area. It's possible to use it for the retail segment in technical rooms, shopping malls, retail centers, branch offices, or commercial buildings. Also, it's good for edge environments or IT equipment stored in the regional edge. Power protection. This UPS can be used in transportation segment for airports, for example, or the railway stations, as well as in hospital for scanners and medical equipment, and also in the light industrial applications. Yes, so talking about the the Easy UPS Modular. So it's a highly modular, scalable, and redundant UPS with live swap features that can deliver power from 50 to 250 kilowatts in N+1 configuration. So here on the right corner, you see this initial frame of the UPS. It's by default comes with a 50 kilowatt power module integrated. So it's from the beginning, it's a 50 kilowatt module. And by modularity and scalability, by purchasing additional 50 kilowatt power modules, we can increase the power of the UPS up to 250 kilowatts. So totally we can add 650 kilowatt power modules inside this UPS, which gives us 250 kilowatt with N+1 redundancy. The UPS is very compact. It's basically the form factor of this UPS. It's a IT rack. So it's 600 millimeters wide and 850 millimeters deep. UPS can have up to 96% efficiency in double conversion online mode, which is a good standard for today's market. And of course, due to this modular architecture and scalability, it is highly reliable UPS in terms of servicing and in terms of scalability options. So top features, top 6 features which Schneider has implemented in this UPS. So first of all, it's a live swap modules. I will cover that also a bit later. But what's live swap means that we can safely replace power module, static bypass, display and control model while UPS is in the normal operation mode, basically without switching UPS to the bypass. UPS is a power factor of 1, so kVA and kilowatts equals to the same rating, even at 40 degrees temperature. We have a flexible offer, so we have a standard configuration offer, which you can see here on the left side. So standard configuration means it has a one internal maintenance bypass switch. So UPS is a one internal switch, or we have a full configuration with a four switches for the maintenance bypass. So thanks to this live swap capability, it's a highly fault tolerant modular architecture. And once adding the power modules or scaling up the UPS will self-detect the addition of new power modules and reconfigure it automatically. And load in all the power modules is shared equally among all the power modules. So also we have implemented smart power test, which is very kind of intelligent and easy way how to simulate and test UPS without using the load bank. So basically, this spot mode or smart power test, it simulates the conditions when UPS will be 100% loaded without adding the load bank. So as said earlier, we have two models alone. So one switch version. Here is a code or a SKU number for this model. So we have one internal switch for the maintenance bypass, or we have a 4 switch version with the 4 switches for the maintenance bypass for the customers who needs complete de-energizing of the UPS during this maintenance phase. Regarding the layout or internal design, so this is the how the UPS looks when the door is open. So we have a dust filter inside the door. As I said, it's for light industrial applications, so this is quite handy accessory. 7-inch LCD touchscreen display. So switch section, right? So this is with a 4 switch section. We have this also one switch model. Network management card is also integrated with Ethernet, SNMP, and Modbus connections included. We have 9 dry contacts, 4 input and 5 output contacts. So we have a system controller, and in Q2 2004 we will have also redundant system controller. So system controller will be redundant and replaceable without interrupting the UPS work. UPS has a fully rated system static bypass. So it's rated to 250 kilowatts, and it also can be replaced without installing external bypass. Cable entry for this UPS is from the top. We also have this accessory for bottom entry, which I'll show a bit later. Space for the second NMC card or network management card, and of course power modules of 50 kilowatts, slide in, slide out modules with a connection in the back or in the rear for easy replacement. So some additional benefits or design benefits for particular models. So each power module has a charger circuit inside, so which can deliver a maximum of 30 kilowatts at zero load and 5 kilowatts of charging power in the once it's fully loaded. And the UPS can accept VRLA or valve-regulated lead-acid batteries and lithium-ion battery configurations. So backfeed, also have a backfeed protection option. So for a one or single switch UPS, we have a kit ready as an internal backfeed kit. But for the 4-switch model, external backfeed kit is necessary to use if such is the requirement. So about the internal backfeed kit, so here it's how it looks. So it's a standard available as a standard option for a 1-switch version, and it's delivered separately and need to be assembled on the site by the installer. For the, as I mentioned, for this 4-switch version, we don't have such internal kit. It's due to the space restrictions inside the UPS. So for that reason, customer can use this third-party external backfeed protection circuits. So basically, you can install the breaker and the coil in the electrical panel, and ensure this backfeed protection for the single mains or dual mains connections. Regarding the installation, as I said, UPS is very compact, 600 millimeters wide, 850 millimeters in depth, and when installing, there is no rear or there is no side space required. So UPS is maintained and fully from the front and the back. So in the front you need additional 800 millimeters clearance, for maintenance, and on the back also 500 millimeters for maintenance and also for the airflow, and 500 millimeters on top. It's for the cable entry reasons. So 7-inch color touchscreen display where you can see the power rating or the rating which UPS have at the moment or you have configured. So you will see the battery status at what is the percentage of the battery level, some input-output parameters of frequency and voltage. Of course, in which operation mode UPS is currently working. Is it a normal mode or some other inverter mode? And also the total output power. For this particular reason, there is no load attached, so there is no power rating shown here, but this will be displayed once you connect the power. So looking at the features. So looking at the features, 3-phase modular has this live swap certification. So what does that mean? So this highly modular design permits replacement of power module in a minute and without changing the operation mode. Also, static bypass switch can be changed without interrupting the UPS from normal or battery mode. Controller, once we will have a redundant controller, will be able to change from in any operation mode, and the display is also replaceable while UPS is operating, so no need to put the UPS in bypass to do such actions. So if you look from the time perspective, or how much time does it take? So for power module, it will take for you 5 to 10 minutes to replace such components. Static bypass switch also can be replaced in 5 minutes. So control layer in 5 minutes, and display board also in 5 minutes. So basically, most of the sensitive and critical parts of the UPS can be replaced without putting the UPS in external bypass mode, and this is a very important feature which Schneider is implementing in all our modular UPS models. So in the market or from the in the other UPSs, we know that there is some so-called hot swap feature, which is called similar, but let me explain you a bit the difference why this is not a hot swap. This is a live swap feature. So what does actually this live swap means? It means that in case when the operator or the worker is replacing the power module, and in case there is an accident, even if it's like the small chance of happening, and if there is an accident of the arc flush, so arc flush is limited to 1.2 calories per square centimeters, which according to US Nation Fire Protection Agency code. So basically this is a threshold for a safe environment for the workers. Never expose a worker to more than second degree burn. So this is why we don't keep this hot swap naming. We changed it to live swap, because this hot swap naming does not have this 1.2 calorie per square centimeter point or notation. So live swap feature, we have certified it with TUV, which is the European third-party European certification company that takes our UPS. They simulate this arc flash, and they test it, and they approve it that yes, that UPS power modules, static bypass module, and display are live swappable. So that's why we have a live swap feature. Regarding the batteries, so as said earlier, UPS can accept VRLA or valve-regulated lead-acid batteries. So it can be either in the battery cabinets implemented, or if necessary, we can also provide the batteries on the open rack. And three-phase modular can also accept lithium-ion battery solution. So what are some benefits that lithium-ion has versus lead-acid? So lithium-ion can operate in higher operation temperatures. So as you know, for lead-acid batteries, optimum operation temperature is 20 to 25 degrees, and if the temperature is increasing to 30 or even more degrees, this lifetime of batteries is decreasing drastically. So for the lithium-ion, this is not much of concern. They will derate, but not as such as high level. Cycles, charge and discharge cycles for the lithium-ion is 10 times more than for lead-acid batteries. We have a 2 to 3 times expected increase in expected life for the lithium-ion solution, which is 10-15 years plus. For example, we know with the lead-acid batteries, their design life is for 8 to 10 years, but in reality, we know that typically the battery is already, of course, depending on the site and usage, the battery change typically happens already at the 5th or 6th year. So with the lithium-ion, this is 15 years expected lifetime. Lithium-ion has a less weight and less footprint. So, for example, if we take this example with these two cabinets, and we take, let's say, 50 kilowatt UPS model and equip it with this one lithium-ion battery cabinet, that would give us a 30-minute runtime at 50 kilowatt load. And this lithium-ion cabinet is 650 millimeters wide, and the weight of this cabinet is 470 kilograms. If we compare similar solution with lead acid batteries, so to have 30 minutes and for the 50 kilowatts, you would need to use this battery solution, this I'm pointing out. So it's a classical battery cabinet, which is 1 meters wide. So lithium ion was 650, so VRLA will be 1 meters wide, and this weight of this cabinet will be 1,500 kilograms, so 3 times more than the lithium ion, and that's just for a 50 kilowatt load. So imagine when you go up the load, how much it can save on the space and also on the weight. So lithium ion also are faster rechargeable times, and total cost of ownership when compared to lead acid is a customer will save up to 30 to 50% during the whole life cycle of the batteries. As mentioned earlier, we have a smart power test or spot mode, which we are integrating in our UPS models. So very smart way how to test the UPS. So basically, what does it mean? Once the UPS is installed and the Schneider Electric field service engineer arrives at your site for a startup, then can simulate this smart power test, which is actually a test to ensure that your UPS can work at 100% continuous load. So before connecting UPS to the actual load, we can simulate or the situation when the 100% load is connected without bringing in any external load bank. So basically what UPS does, it circulates power internally through the rectifier and inverter, and in this way it simulates this load test. So what is the benefit of to have N+1 redundancy or one extra power module redundant so 90% of the failure or downtime typically is caused by the power modules. So in order to have one extra power module always available, increase the uptime around 10 times. So in this case, if, for example, if one power module would fail, rest of the power modules would continue working, and then there will be no downtime on the UPS. This also means that, for example, if you have one spare power module inside the UPS and one of the modules fails, it's not a kind of emergency state or emergency replacement. You can schedule safe replacement without the urge or emergency situation, and of course this load remains protected. Regarding the paralleling, so in Q2 2024, we'll have an updated firmware, and then the UPS we will be able to connect 4 modular 250 units in the parallel, reaching up to 1 megawatt of protected load. Regarding some, let's say, additional accessories or what can be purchased, so we have a battery breaker box available for the third-party batteries. We have a battery breaker kit available for the batteries, wall mount maintenance bypass panel, classical battery cabinets and empty battery cabinets for available, bottom entry cabinet 300 millimeters wide, some depth adapters, seismic kit. It's maybe not so much for the Baltics, right? But and some optional kits as network management card, paralleling kit, controller kit, and temperature sensors. So regarding the valve-regulated batteries, so we have this pre-configured already battery cabinets available for delivery and installation. So batteries are already as batteries, and the battery breaker kit is already installed inside the batteries. So very easy to deploy, bring on the site, and connect to UPS. And so quite a simple approach to get batteries. We have information how much minutes, runtime minutes for each load each battery cabinet can supply. If you notice that these battery cabinets are in white color and the UPS itself is in a black color. So if this kind of difference in the color is not suitable for you, and you want all in the same color, then we have this empty battery cabinet, which is in a black color. But in this scenario, then there is no batteries installed inside, so batteries will be delivered separately, and then you have to install the batteries on the shelves inside this particular cabinet. So regarding this bottom entry, so UPS has a top entry cables, but we have this additional cabinet, 300 millimeters wide, which you can install on the left or on the right side of the UPS, and have this bottom entry option. So there are no kind of bus bars connecting to the sides of the UPS. It's basically just like a cabinet, 300 millimeters, where you can pull the cables up to the top of the UPS and then connect it from yeah. So some service offers. So by default, UPS is supplied or comes with a startup service included in the UPS price. This is to ensure that optimal system performance already from day one. So once you have purchased and installed the UPS, you contact Schneider Electric field service engineers. They will arrive at your site and commission the installation of the UPS according to Schneider Electric recommendations. UPS has an on-site, by default, has an on-site warranty of 1 year, which will cover all the on-site labor and travels. Also for critical events, next business day on-site response, and of course spare parts will be covered by the Schneider Electric. So after 1 year, once the factory warranty is over, customer has several options. So you can customer can purchase either warranty extension or advantage service plans. So such service plans include one yearly preventive maintenance visit on the site. So our field service engineers will agree with you on your suitable time, arrive at your site, and then perform the preventive maintenance visit, test the UPS, check the status, and at the end of this visit, provide you with a report on the status of the UPS, make some recommendations, maybe what needs to be addressed or what's working well and what's not. So with the service plans, there is on-site and labor and travel costs are included. So also the next business day on-site response is included with such service plans. Regarding the spare parts, we have several these service plans. We have a service plan that includes spare parts, and it's kind of then you have a basically full insurance of the UPS in case of the break, or we have a service plans that spare parts are not included. So in case of this some failure, field service engineer will issue this offer or say, okay, this spare part costs this money, so are you okay to purchase it and replace it? And of course, all the UPSs which are under the service contract has a priority access to the supply chain or priority access to the spare parts. So locally we keep the spare parts for the UPSs, and of course they are prioritized for the customers with the service plan, so we can fix or fix or replace any failed parts as soon as possible. It is also possible to upgrade the service plans with a digital service or EcoStruxure Asset Advisor. So this is an option if you don't want to monitor your UPS yourself. So you can then rely on the Schneider Electric or we can monitor it for you. So we have a so basically, what you do, you connect the UPS through this network to the Schneider Electric Service Center hub, where technicians 24/7 monitor the UPS for trouble, and in case there is some accidents or some troubles, technical Schneider Electric technicians will contact you and explain what is the situation. And of course, if necessary, we also have a battery service. Which is for the replacement of the old batteries if it's necessary. As mentioned in the very beginning, so current UPS is a green premium label, and what does that mean? So basically, green premium is a eco label which was introduced to provide Schneider Electric customers with healthier products that would help reduce energy and the carbon footprint. So basically, green premium eco label provides transparent information on regulated substances that are used inside the production of the UPS, and also share what environmental impact our products can have for customer through this PEP or product environmental profiles. So in order for the product to be green premium labeled, it should have a RoHS certification, which is a European Union regulation that regulates manufacturers of electronical equipment, how much hazardous substances or materials, such as, for example, lead, mercury is used in the production of the units. So to be RoHS compliant, manufacturer must ensure that their products do not exceed specific limit of these hazardous materials. In order to have green premium label, the product also should have up-to-date REACH declaration, which is also a European Union regulation that regulates even more or wider range of chemical substances that are used in the production of the unit. And to have green premium, product should also have a product environmental passport available, which is basically a list of all the materials and components that are used in the production of this particular UPS. And UPS also should have an end of life instructions. So basically, for our recyclers to help disassemble a particular product. So by providing such like transparent information to our customers, they can make a kind of informed choice how sustainable or green particular product is. So, for example, if we talk about the sustainability and reducing of let's say energy usage and thus reducing of CO2 emissions, let me show you, for example, what Schneider Electric is doing in the production site of particular of Easy Modular UPS. So here is the production site where the Easy UPS modular UPS is produced, and all the components of this UPS is produced on the same site, which is or in the same location, which of course reduces transportation, additional transportation costs, and the packaging, and thus also CO2 emission. This factory is fully solar powered by the solar panels, and then this helps to save around 180 tons of CO2 per year when producing around 1,000 units per year. Production lines are highly automated and digitized to reduce any waste materials or to reduce energy consumption. Also, the factory has a digital twin monitor, which basically predicts or you can see all this infrastructure of the factory at a glance and prevent anything if there is some failure or happening. So due to the small size, there is also big savings on the packaging, on the packaging of the UPS. And in addition, for packaging of this UPS, there is no plastic materials used, and only environmental friendly ink is used. So if we talk about the packaging, so for example, if we compare the Easy UPS 3-phase modular to the existing Symmetra PX unit, so on the packaging itself, we are saving 81%. And regarding the footprint and the weight, we are saving up to 60% in terms of footprint and weight. As even the small details, but important details. For example, for transportation of the power modules and metal sheets, even recycled sheet metal vehicles are used inside the factory. And as I mentioned before, since the UPS has a smart power test integrated or smart power test mode available, we can lower the use of electricity at factory by not using the load banks. So compared to normal test mode with a load bank, with a spot mode, we can save 90% more electricity. So here on the bottom we have a nice example. So for example, if the average power of the UPS is 200 kilowatts and the load test or burn-in time is 2 hours. So using the load bank, you would consume 400 kilowatt hours of electricity. With the spot mode or used, it's only 10% of that. So basically, in spot mode, consumes only 40 kilowatt hours of electricity. So it's basically for it's a 360 kilowatt hours savings per UPS. So if we consider that in 1 year, Schneider Electric produces 1,200 units, so it's enormous savings on the electricity. And also, if we multiply by the CO2 coefficient, we can see that 205 tons of CO2 is saved. So basically, what I wanted to say, so by purchasing like green products, you certainly are also voting with your money for the greener and the more sustainable future. So this is it from my side regarding this new launch and offer. So is there like any questions or
Thank you, Martin. So maybe Mark has something to add before we begin the Q&A session.
No, I believe the session was very clear, and I believe that Martin's really highlighted the main value that we have around this new easy three-phase modular UPS. How this UPS is really flexible in terms of evolutivity. If we want to increase the power, scalability, but also, and very important point that Martin highlighted also, it was about the safety. This is flexible, but really safe due to this live swap design. So no risk to have an impact on the operator making this operation, even if the operator will replace the power module or add additional power module. Even if this operator don't have a specific equipment for protections against arc flash, due to this design, this live swap design, which is certified by an external company. It's not only Schneider we're saying that, the design has been certified by an external company. So due to that design, it will be fully safe with no risk to have any impact for the operator. It's really a big difference between hot swap and live swap. Hot swap is not qualified. When we are speaking about hot swap power module, it doesn't mean that finally it is safe or not, but the safety around the hot swap world terminology is not qualified. Live swap is really a qualification linked to the safety of the operations, linked to the arc flash. So Martin's really highlighted that point. That's one of the major value, flexible, evolutive, but fully safe to make any operations with this UPS.
Okay. Thank you, Mark, for your insights. So we have already, Martin, 2 questions in the chat. Do you see them or I have to read them for you?
to see the chat.
It should be at the right bottom half of your screen.
Okay. Okay. So what are the questions? Hi, are there any plans to support live PO4 batteries in the future? I think this is related to the chemistry of the lithium-ion batteries that are used, and currently, as I know, for a three-phase UPS is NMC slash LMO chemistry that is used, and it is produced by the Samsung. So Schneider does not produce lithium-ion batteries. We have external vendor who is producing, and this chemistry is kind of validated to be most effective for particular units. So LiFePO4 battery chemistry, I know that it's used also for some of our smaller UPSs, such as SmartUps Online units. So it's actually case by case and depends on the UPS rating and then designers or who design batteries for particular equipment. So what else we have? Yeah.
If I can just add something.
Yes, sure.
So this question is interesting. It's linked to finally it's linked to the lithium-ion battery, and in general, when we are speaking about LFP, it's kind of comparison that let's say what we are doing regarding the performance and the safety of a battery is stable. And sometimes we have the feeling that the LFP is a magic chemistry, and we answer clearly that we're starting for sure to investigate and to work with battery manufacturers also to introduce such type of technology in our product portfolio. However, until now, we haven't been completely satisfied regarding not only the performance of the battery, but also the quality process on how the battery was manufactured and so on. So it was not at the expected level in terms of quality regarding what Schneider is required to their supplier. So it's not just a question of support, but it's more a question of qualification. Finally, LFP battery can be connected to Phase Modular or potentially to a Galaxy. Is not so much a problem because it's compatible technically, but this is not yet qualified. The manufacturers that we work on are currently not yet qualified by Schneider due to something that they have to improve in their process, also in their product. As you know, it's not just a question of chemistry, but also what will be the safety device that we have around a lithium-ion battery cell. So that's all that point that for the moment we are not yet, let's say, we didn't validate any manufacturer using that technology. It doesn't mean that in the future we'll not have one. For sure, we are working with a lot. But for the moment, as Martin explained, we have our Samsung Galaxy lithium-ion battery solution, not using this chemistry, but let's say, okay, if you compare the two chemistries, the one used by in our cabinet, NMC, and the one used when we are speaking of LFP, finally, it's a little bit, if you compare a BMW to a Mercedes. And after that, what is very important is all the safety device that you are putting around the battery itself in order to have a battery fully safe. We are working today with Samsung, also because we made a strong collaboration with them. We're starting this collaboration 11 years ago to build the first battery cabinet for three-phase UPS, to support three-phase UPS, and to start to have this qualification, investigation, testing phase in order to adapt correctly the cabinet and to collaborate with Samsung in order to be able to propose a fully safe and performing solutions. It took 5 years before to open this cabinet between the start, let's say the beginning of the development and the launch on the market. It took 5 years in order to be able to launch it on the market. That's why now, for sure, we have this solution very sure on the safety aspect, performing aspect. That is why clearly, okay, we are also investigating for other battery manufacturer now, proposing LFP. but we are also very happy that what we are proposing with or in our, let's say, Galaxy cabinet equipped with Samsung battery, even if not electric.
Okay, thank you. And Martin in the chat, Edgar's also has a question.
If comparing with Galaxy VS, what are the main differences? Okay, so Galaxy VS, it's a UPS from the another three-phase UPS family, which we have for Schneider Electric. So first of all, Galaxy VS is a power rating is up to 150 kilowatts, and in terms of comparison, like we don't compare it like to which one is better or worse. So basically, each UPS is applicable for the certain amount of customers or certain applications, and but if you ask me this straight, so it's like the biggest, maybe the differentiator between Galaxy VS and Easy Modular, it is the e-conversion. So Galaxy VS has a e-conversion feature, which is this high energy efficiency mode in which UPS can operate and reduce the kind of cost of electricity that the customer might have when utilizing particular UPS.
Okay. So there are no more questions in the chat. So for those who are listening, you will see a pop-up on your screen. So basically, if you want, you can ask a question through your microphone.
So either it was very clear or not clear at all. We don't know, but anyways, if you guys have any questions, reach out to your Schneider Electric. Yep.
In the beginning, you were talking about the option with 1 power switch and 4 power switches. Can you go a little bit deeper? What's the difference? I kind of didn't understood why the 4 switches are needed sometimes of 1.
Go back to the slide. So 1 moment. Probably this slide here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, you want to take it or should I?
As you want, Martin.
Yeah.
Sure, I can explain shortly what makes a big difference. It's linked to a question of specifications. Finally, there is not a big difference between both, but as you can see on the single line diagram, it can be easier to operate a little bit the bypass when you have a 4 switch solutions. Okay, but it's quite similar in terms of functionality when you are using finally the single switch versions. Why we decided to launch 2 versions finally, which is let's say it's more a question of specification requirement. Some requirements, some tender, we don't have the choice because we have this requirement coming from specifier to have a 4 switch solution for manual bypass. So as this UPS is fully modular, it was easy for us to, let's say, to integrate 1 solution with 1 bypass and the second one with 4 bypass. But in terms of functionality, okay, little bit more flexibility to operate with the intervention or maintenance with a 4 switch bypass versus with a single switch bypass, because as you can see, you can easily disconnect the full electronic part in using the 4 switch from the voltage. However, as explained by Martins, this UPS is fully life swappable. Most of the components of this UPS are life swappable, meaning that I can replace the power module. I can replace the static switch. I will be able to replace the display and potentially some additional and soon the main controller of the UPS without to have to move the UPS on bypass. So meaning that finally this manual bypass will not be used so much often with such type of conception and design.
Okay, thank you.
Let me know if it's clarified or not. Or...
So yes, basically functionality of the UPS does not change. It more.
It's more a question of specification. Sometimes we don't have choice. We have to put a four switches solution. This is required depending on the country. Don't forget that this UPS has been launched on a different zone, Europe and Asia and so on. And in some country, this is required.
It increases the competition.
Sorry?
If the requirements are up.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Just a second. It was Edgar's. We will turn on the microphone for him again. So.
Yeah, the question. So that means it increases the competition of this easy modular UPS in the market if there is a demand for a 4-switch version.
Switch version, exactly. It's exactly the reason. A single switch version is already excellent.
Where's the demand for the 4-switch version usually? Is it in industrial or, I don't know, agricultural? Where it is?
More cultural. It's not so much linked to a segment an activity specifically. It's more linked to country habits, let's say. Country habits is a mem. Yeah. For example, in the north of Europe, I believe you don't have problem. I saw that you speak about GVS, Galaxy VS, so in the same conception and the single switch version, again, the bypass. But in the south of Europe, for example, they prefer to have 4-switch versions of the bypass. Now, it's often pushed, as you say, potentially by competitor in 4-switch, so it can be a problem for us when even if there is no difference between both, but you know what I mean. They put that and they are stronger than us. Regarding specification, they can put that in some tender. And that is why that's
I got the point. Yeah. The question what I was writing, but there was a glitch in the chat, so only etc. was left. And all the question, I don't know, it just disappeared. I was asking, so comparing to the Galaxy V again, so does it lacks any functionality, or is more superior than Galaxy V, for example, those live swap modules and so on, etc. So anything from functionality, is it lacking something, or it's more superior for the Galaxy V? As it is a new module, maybe there is something new. For example, as this 4-switch version. Okay, cool. Probably I haven't heard it from Galaxy V, but anything else?
There is pros and cons for the two products. You compare making a benchmark with GDS versus the Easy Modular. Now, first, as explained by Martins, you don't have an e-conversion functionality.
That's understandable. I know about it. That's cool.
You know that. The type of power module we use on the Easy Modular are not exactly the same which are used in the Galaxy VS, meaning that also in double conversion, this modular is a little bit less efficient than the Galaxy VS, who had what we name a hybrid switch, soft switch technology, which is, let's say, a patented by Schneider, where we have a little, let's say, a little bit more efficiency than with the Easy Modular. So
in double conversation mode compared to the Galaxy V in the double conversation mode.
Exactly.
This is what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, and the last point, but we also have good additional things very interesting with the modular, is the fact that this product, for example, is fully life swappable. We are looking to have a product that finally most of the operation, what is it? Is it maintenance? Is it repair or potentially scalability of the units? Has to be done on a very, very easy way. So meaning that the power module are life swappable, but also now the static switch is fully life swappable. So you can do it very flexible, which is not the case with the VS. The VS, the static switch is not life swappable. So you have pros and cons for each product regarding what you are finally looking for exactly when you are selecting a product.
So this is not the case where the easy modular would be like just a cheaper version without the e-conversion. It would be that in some cases it would be more preferable with the easy UPS modular than Galaxy VS, even if the requirements are in place.
This is clearly exactly to address several type of needs. Your point one of this one, for switch version, we don't have a for switch version with the VS, but we have for switch version with the modular. And it's also to expand a little bit the power. When we say it's about the VS is limited at 150 kilowatt, you can expand the power up to 150 kilowatt. With the modular, we can go up to 250 kilowatt plus one additional module to provide additional internal redundancy. So we are not addressing also the same level of power, let's say power range with the modular. We are addressing a little bit more than what we are able to do with the Galaxy VS.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay, so the time is running out for us today. Yeah, so thank you everybody. I
Thanks
can
a
see
lot.
there are no more questions in the chat.
Okay.
So
So thank you everyone for joining. Thanks Mark for also joining.
yes,
And
and then we will send out Martin's contact info to everyone who registered, and also the recording of this webinar. So if more detailed and specific questions, please get in touch with Martin, and he will definitely try to help you out.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you and
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.